What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome back to another episode of the Low Life Motherfucking Chopper Podcast.
What's up, you fart smellers? I mean, smart fellas.
Listen, you fucks. This episode has been 2 days in the making.
Lottie.
I'm on edge.
Dude, it's been frustrating.
God. All right, with any
Technical
hopes.
issues.
Yeah, with any hopes it'll work. For some reason, Riverside is trying to fuck us.
You're doing a pretty good job of it.
I hate technology so bad.
It's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, but we go through it for you guys. So we're bearing the cross.
Motherfuckers. All right, well, we'll start this episode with some motherfucking housekeeping. First and foremost, motherfuckers, tomorrow is that motherfucking CHOPLUCK. December 9th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., maybe later, who fucking knows? Epping, New Hampshire. Epping, New Hampshire. The actual address, 232 Calef Highway. Calef is C-A-L-E-F Highway, Epping, New Hampshire. Again, 6 to 10 p.m. Bring a toy. That's your admission into the motherfucking party. There's no cover charge. Just bring a fucking toy because we're donating all the toys to a local church so they can distribute them to families in fucking need. Like I said last week, don't everybody just get infant toys. There's different range of kids that don't have fucking presents, motherfuckers. Also, bring your favorite dish. This is a potluck style party. The good thing about potlucks is you bring your own dish, so you know there's at least one thing you're going to want to fucking eat. You know what I mean?
I'm bringing rhino balls.
Fucking minty. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds good.
Are you going to find out?
Music. There'll be music playing on a shitty fucking Bluetooth speaker. It's actually a big Bluetooth speaker, so it'll be all right. There's door prizes. Check it. Hold on. You'll get one of these bitches. Raffle tickets. When you come in the door, you hand in your motherfucking your toys for tots, and you'll get a ticket. At the end of the night, we'll call some fucking tickets. There'll also be possibly some other raffle shit. I don't know. But there'll definitely be a door prize. So you'll get a ticket when you hand your toy in, and then at the end of the night, we'll pick a ticket to win a couple cool things. Make sure you bring ones. We will be shooting dice. We'll be playing CeeLo. A few people that don't know how to play CeeLo, don't worry. It's not fucking hard. And like Rhino said, the first time that we tried to record this podcast, somebody will fucking teach you if you don't know how to play. It's easy.
The first 2 times.
Yeah, so bring a bunch of $1 bills.
You'll be hooked on the CeeLo. CeeLo's great because it's just 3 dice. You can keep them on a keychain. You can keep them in your pocket, and you can win money and gamble.
Shit. Other thing, this party, not a show, starts at 6 p.m. Please show up at 6 p.m. I don't know whoever started this fucking I'll show up late so I can be the cool guy. Shut the fuck up. Nobody thinks you're cool when you show up late. We think that you're irresponsible and you can't hold an obligation. That's what people think when you show up fucking 3 hours late. You know what I mean? For something like this,
doing cool shit.
Yeah, for something like this, it's not a huge fucking deal. I mean, we are paying for the venue hourly. But when you guys do that shit like at a chopper show, like that's disrespectful as fuck, man. For like say hard times or easy times it is. When you show up 3 hours into the show, you're a shitbag. John and Craig bust their ass to put that show on. You show up for the last hour, you're an asshole. Same with the Last Spider show. When you show up mad late, you're a dickhead. Nobody thinks you're cool for showing up late, bro. Just fucking show up on time and hang out with your friends. Like, what are you doing? Sitting at your house, you're like, people are going to think that I'm so cool. No, nobody thinks you're cool. People think you're cool if you come to the shows. Anyways,
Yeah, fucking
show up.
hang out with us.
Yeah, show up
Hang
at
out.
6 o'clock. It's gonna be a lot of fucking fun. There's a bar inside the function hall. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We got guys coming from Connecticut, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Mass, New York, all over the fucking place. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You're not gonna want to miss it, and really, it's free. You're bringing a toy to help out some fucking family, and you're bringing your favorite kind of food to share with everybody else. It's gonna be a good fucking time. So again, come through. That is this Saturday, December 9th, 6 to 10 p.m., 232 Califf Highway, Epping, New Hampshire. I'll see you motherfuckers there. And if I don't, choke on a dick.
You're fucking dead to me. If you're from New Hampshire and you don't come to this, and you don't have like a funeral to... Actually, that's not even an excuse. Just, you're dead to me. I'll still be cool with you, though. Yeah, I'm getting... my wife told me to go get some toys, and then she was just like, pick out toys that you want to play with. And so I'll probably get some cool action figures or something.
Yeah.
For the older boys. They have some cool shit out there. My kids still play with like, they're too young. They play with gay shit. But...
I'm going to put like dime bags in there and shit. It's time to grow up, you little faggot.
Get an education this year, boy.
Yeah. I'm going to put some dime bags in a scale.
Just weed. Yeah. That doesn't hurt nobody.
Yeah, it's going to be a fucking blast, though, so make sure you show up to that. Do you have the flyer pulled up for the swap meet?
I don't.
I don't either.
I can get it pulled up while you...
We're not very prepared for this right now.
We're not professionals.
We're not.
We're not professionals. Oh, here we go. Pull that shit up, Rhino. All right, and share. There we go, buddy. Easy Co. and La Espada present the Winter Swap Meet. 10 a.m.
This is a good one.
2 p.m. 576 Primrose Street, Haverhill, Mass. Wicked cheap, dude. Dude, a vendor spot for $10. Come on, buddy. Grab
your boys
will
be
spot
vending,
today.
by the way,
Grab
so
your
come
junk.
hang out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would not be surprised
Dude,
if the vendor spots
best
are already
show.
sold out.
Yeah, dude. I think they posted this like yesterday or something. And
yeah,
dude, at $10, you're like, you can't beat that price. You
and
can't
this is
vend
always
anywhere for $10.
a good one. Like last year, this was a dope fucking swap meet. It's indoors.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of winter when everybody's doing their builds. It's like the most.
They got a bar.
It's a swap meet that makes the most fucking sense.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a good time in the middle of January or in the middle, yeah, beginning of January. So kick the new year off right. Get down to the swap meet. But I mean, here's the other thing: they have a swap meet with a open bar. And
Yeah.
It's heated. It's inside.
Well, not
It's
open,
wicked
but
cheap,
you got to
dude.
buy your
$5
own
to
drinks.
enter. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get really sneaky about it, but yeah, that's a good one.
Very nice.
Yeah, you need a swap meet a month in the wintertime. Like more
100%.
indoor swap meets would be helpful. That's when you
100%.
like really need some parts. Like all the parts you bought at the Keen swap meet in fucking fall don't fit your shit or whatever, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Oh, you changed your mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is a good one too because the other thing is it's not dudes just selling their takeoff parts. They're like stock Harley pipes that they didn't want. It's like chopper dudes. You know, there's
Yeah.
like cool shit at this one. There's frames and handlebars and good shit. I'm bringing some good shit too. Yeah.
Pull up that motherfucking
So,
merch store.
what else
Let's
for
show them the new
House People?
shit, bro.
A word. This
We got
is
that
fresh,
new for you,
hot off the
motherfuckers,
press.
bro. You get this shit right now. Order now and that'll lock in that you'll have this shit for Christmas, so you can give it to your papa or your mama. Check it out. Check it out.
The OG shirt, but brand new.
Can you click on it to make them bigger?
Story. Yeah. We got the Go Hard hat, dude.
So check it out. You guys can go order merch whenever you want. You don't have to wait for shows. It gets delivered right to your door. The best prices in the game. Ain't nobody's shit this fucking low. I'm telling you that right now. We got this new one. This is a brand new beanie just released today. It's the Low Life beanie. Shit is dope as fuck. It's gonna be warm as fuck. Wear this while you're out in your garage waiting for your pellet stove to fucking warm up now that you're all pellet stove fucking masters. For the low price.
18 bunks.
18 bucks. That's a good
under
fucking
20.
deal.
We're trying to keep things under 20.
You're not getting a hat anywhere else for fucking 20 bucks, dude. We got the metal camp coffee cup. This thing is metal. You can clip it right to your fucking bag on your chopper. Then you always have a fucking camp mug. Got the Low Life logo on this side. What's on the other side?
FTW. So
FTW on the other side,
or Forever Two Wheels.
What's this one going for?
This one is, I think we got it 13 bucks back. 13
bucks for a metal. It's a fucking metal coffee cup. You can put this on with a carabiner right on your pack, and it's going to last forever. You'll get that nice coffee stain inside of it, so people know you're a fucking coffee drinker. It clanks around when you're riding. It looks cool as fuck. Grab that. If not for you, grab it for one of your fucking homies. Everybody needs a coffee mug. Next, we got the infamous motherfucker shirt. In case you guys haven't been on the Big Cartel store yet, we're gonna give you a fucking peek right here. If you guys listening, not watching on YouTube, you can just go check this out on YouTube if you want. It's 12 minutes and 24 seconds into it. This is the original OG motherfucker shirt. Name of the game is Cut the Frame. That one's dope.
We gotta update this with the new logo.
Oh yeah, we
update this one with the new logo.
Yes, we do.
Well, it's an OG shirt. Maybe we keep the old logo. I don't know. You guys tell us.
Next we got this is my favorite, dude. Only choppers, fuck the rest. This is a dope fucking shirt. I don't know how many people have bought this one, but more people need to buy it because it's the dopest motherfucking shirt on the market right now.
Yep. This one I personally own and wear every day. No shocks, no springs, no struts, choppers, or fuck off. Let everybody know what you're about.
Fucking
if you're about that.
Fucking love it.
I mean, if you're a shock guy, why you listen to us? But
yeah, fucking love it. And listen, if we
the other thing, just the other merch thing. So that's our online store. That's drop shipping, and but we do still have stock. And a bunch of people hit us up last week. We announced it. We're doing $20 bundles. Bundles is a T-shirt, a koozie, and a sticker. We made the stickers, not the stickers. Sticker Jesus made the stickers, but we made the shirts and the koozies in house here in my garage, right below me. And we're gonna have those at the CHOPLUCK too. So we're gonna have $20 bundles. I'm just doing $5 flat rate shipping if you're out of state. But if you're going to the CHOPLUCK and you want a bundle, we're gonna have them lined up right at the door with a little little jar.
$20 is $20
back.
And listen,
that's a good fucking deal, dude. T-shirt and a koozie. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a good deal. We're trying to get the merch game elevated here. We want to come out with more merch, more options for you guys. But right now, as you can see by the prices, we do not charge a lot for our merch, which means we don't make a lot. We have to pay those people to make the shirts, store the shirts, and ship the shirts. We make like $1 or $2 off each fucking thing. But we need to sell enough merch to buy more spots on our store. You know what I mean? You get, 5? You get 5 spots. So you can design 5 different fucking pieces of merch. To bump up to that next level, it costs more money. So if you guys are digging the merch shit, you want us to come out with more merch, more fucking selections and all that shit, stop buying some merch. That way we can fucking make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the other thing is, I'm having a real hard time finding a ski mask embroiderer. A lot of people won't touch that shit for some reason. So I've seen them out there. If you have a link up with someone that does embroidery, we're looking to do some ski masks like right now.
If you type it in on Google, there's a bunch of
just hit
companies
us
that
up.
come up.
For ski masks?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can they'll have like the different spots and like fonts and all that shit.
Well, the throat, a lot of them, they won't do the throat.
Yeah.
And if they do, they're like wicked expensive. And like my high, like my ceiling for buying shit is like $20. If you're buying like an accessory, I'm not paying $40 for a ski mask. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want like a $20 ski mask. You know, you can't keep it hood if you're fucking splurging on fucking accessories and shit. You know what I mean?
Find $60 ski mask and shit.
So I know if you got a good hookup on a ski mask embroiderer, I'd like to talk to him. You know, just hit me up. Rhino@lowlifechoppodcast.com.
Shoot.
Or DMs.
Slide the DM, baby.
I actually really need a ski mask. So I want one for myself, like really bad.
Yeah, same. I still have my 812 ink one though.
Oh, what is his? Had a cool. What was his?
His said 812
Did it
ink.
just say 812?
I think on the forehead it says 812
Respect
maybe
or something.
And then down the bottom across the throat it says crime pays.
Crime pays. Yeah. That's a good one. Fuck yeah, dude.
Jerry's a gangster.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Jerry. 812 ink. He's making all kinds of shit right now. Get over to 812 ink. Order some fucking shit. He's gotten everything. Anyways, I think that's it for housekeeping. You ready to jump in this motherfucking Q&A?
Yeah, let's do this. We got a lot of fucking questions.
Shit.
All right. Yeah. Some of them did get deleted by Instagram, by the way. Like there was some comments that were hidden, and yeah, there was like hidden comments. So if we're not reading them, it might be that
if it was like against like fucking community standards or some shit.
Yeah, I remember
I did see one that said hidden comment.
Yeah, there was a couple of hidden comments, and then today I looked and they're all gone. So they must have went to their interns and were like, "Are these offensive?" Because one of them was some dude asked me if I wanted to clean the vapor home the schmegma off my chin.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like it's just gonna get right back on there. So what's the point of vapor homing it off, right? Next time I suck an uncircumcised penis. So fuck that guy. But so anyways, we'll hop in this. We got a lot to go through. So first one, Bump Shop Diaries, a boy Evo Jesus.
Hey, go check them out. Get the best black coffee in the fucking game, the funniest fucking podcast, funniest meme creator, funniest page to follow, period. Go check him out. Bump Shop Diary.
Dude, he's something different too. He does creative shit. Like on the Bump Shop page, he does
hilarious
graphic novels, and he's
funny.
He fucking reads them and stuff.
He should make like short films like that. Like 15-minute films like that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, that guy's really interesting.
I want to see that shit on Amazon Prime.
So Evo Jesus, if you could embark on a cross-country motorcycle trip with any historical figure, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Hold on, can you read that one more time?
If you could embark on a cross-country motorcycle trip with any historical figure, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Do you have one?
Yeah. I have a couple.
You go first.
I was thinking
you go first. I got to think.
Yeah. The first thing that came to my mind was Abraham Lincoln, because I think it would be fucking hilarious to see a dude in a top hat like riding on a chopper. And he like emancipated the slaves, so he seems like a cool dude. But then I got to thinking, I was like, I'd really think it would be wicked fun to go on a cross country trip with like Dave Chappelle.
That'd be funny.
Like every time you just stop at a gas station, everything, it would be like so hilarious. You know?
Yeah.
So probably like a comedian. But Dave Chappelle really gets me.
That would be a good one.
Plus, he doesn't seem like the type to be on a cross country motorcycle trip. What's the deal with? Yeah, fucking. What's this motherfucker doing over here? I did terrible impressions.
Yeah, that wasn't the best.
That wasn't good. I'm not even going to attempt Abraham Lincoln.
It's funny you said Abraham Lincoln because the first one I thought of was John Adams. Because I thought it'd be funny to see a dude that's, John Quincy Adams.
Yeah, like dudes in powdered wigs, like riding.
Yeah, it's like I thought it'd be funny because like they've obviously never ridden a motorcycle before.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
But like
I thought like the founding fathers.
This is kind of a weird one. I would have to go with Freddie Mercury.
That is weird. Because you guys have the same name?
From Queen, dude.
Why?
Okay, so all the gay stuff aside. One, I think Freddie Mercury had one of the best voices of all time. I think that guy had the voice of a fucking angel, and I would hope that he would sing to me. Stops.
Hey, you said gay stuff aside.
I don't know. I just feel like it would be cool. I feel like it would be rad as fuck. And we got the same name, so that's dope as hell. But I don't know. He's just always been a dude where, like, I love his voice. His voice is fucking phenomenal. Yeah, so I don't know. Freddie Mercury from Queen, I just think would be super fucking rad. As long as, like, he didn't try to do the gay stuff with it.
Yeah. Just serenade you at the
I just want him to like maybe like like when you're on a long trip, right? And like when you stop for fuel, you just want to like lay down once in a while, like on the ground. I do it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many pictures of me just like laying in a parking lot next to my bike. I just picture like I'm laying down, but like he's sitting, right? Leaning against my chopper. And like I'm laying down with my head in his lap, and he's just like rubbing my hair and like singing me fucking songs.
This is feeling really gay. Feeling really gay.
No, it's not gay. Like we'd be clothed and it'd be middle of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just caressing your hair.
Yeah, just like rubbing. Come on, tell me it doesn't feel great when someone's just like rubbing their hands through your fucking hair and like singing you songs, dude. Yeah. Come on. And Freddie Mercury be singing, dude? Come on. That's my pick, dude. I don't care. I don't care what you haters say, dude. Drop it in the comments. I don't give a fuck. Me and Freddie Mercury balling out across America.
That's going to be the YouTube thumbnail this week, I think.
Me riding on the back of Freddie Mercury's chopper.
You laying in his lap while he caresses your hair and serenades you. Outside of an all town. A nice gas station.
Yeah, classy one.
All right. So, the other one I thought of was I don't know why I was thinking presidents, but Teddy Roosevelt would be cool too.
Oh, Teddy Roosevelt.
He looks like he can handle himself in a bar fight. You know,
he's the man.
Get into some trouble. All right. Up next, we got the Easy Co. Simply fart? I don't know if this question's rhetorical or if he wants us to do it.
This is a thing that goes down all the time. Whenever they have a live, I comment fart. Whenever we do a live, they comment fart. So.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. We got Steel City Blacksmithing. You guys going to make it to the Smokeout rally in September? I highly suggest it. I really want to go to that one.
So
I think I can make that happen.
Smokeout's been a show. That's been a show that's been on my list for a couple years now. For me to go to the Smokeout, it would almost have to be. I don't really know how to say it without sounding like a dick. So like when I went down to North Carolina before for the back road barbecue run, it was because those guys that are putting that on, fucking amazing humans. Absolutely love both of them. The Smokeout's kind of like a bigger thing, you know what I mean? And it's not just like a chopper thing. For me to go to Smokeout, it would have to be like kind of the same thing that happened, that just ended up happening with the barbecue run, is like all the homies were going. I mean, I was going to back road anyways. It just so happened that like all the fucking homies came in Northeast, like showed the fuck up. But for me to go to Smokeout, it would probably have to be that same thing. You know what I mean? Just because it's not like a dedicated chopper show. You know what I mean? But it looks super fucking cool. I've talked to Chopper Bob a bunch. He used to go back in the day, like when it was at the original spot. And he said it's a fucking awesome show. So it's definitely on my list. It's just gotta make sense. You know what I mean? Like if the homies are all like, "Hey, let's fucking jam," I'm going. But that would have to be the circumstances.
Is it in North or South Carolina?
I think that.
Is it? It's in North Carolina.
I think it's North.
I think we had the same problem a couple weeks back. We didn't know. Yeah. If it was in South Carolina, I actually have some family down there, so it would.
I want to say it's North, but I don't. Know.
I'd like to get to it. Yeah. So we'll figure that out someday. We could Google it simply, but we're not going to do that right now. Dirt Metal Ranch. Does revving your Harley under a bridge increase your sexual prowess?
I don't even know what prowess means.
I always get hard. I rev under every single bridge.
What does prowess mean?
Your sexual...
Deviant?
Like your sexual... you sexual devils. It's like your aptitude or your...
I don't know what aptitude
proficiency
means.
I think.
You're just making more bigger words that I don't know what means.
Does it
make
increase your sexual prowess? Does it make you... Yeah. Like, does it make you, like, better at sex?
Oh, 100%. 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Have you ever revved your engine under a bridge? I do it every time. My penis moves every time. It moves.
I'm not a huge, like, revving. Something.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge revving of the motor. But, like, if I know I'm coming out to a tunnel, but I'll fucking bang down, like, bah, and then just drop a gear. Yeah. So it's like, bah. I love that shit. That's my jam.
Yeah. Or if there's like, if you're on a bridge or something, they have the high walls, and then you're just like, anything that makes it louder just makes it more fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, rev your engine under bridges.
That's a child. Don't do it at stoplights. If you don't do that because you think people think it's gay, you're gay.
Yeah, just have as much fun as you possibly can at all, and do stupid shit like rev your engine because it's loud.
Yeah.
Sammy Christoph. I want to mount a magneto horizontal to my cone shovel and keep the original gearbox cover. How do you do it?
So, here's the thing: is I don't know a whole bunch about magnetos, so I reached out to the homie Chopper Bob, and he kind of gave me a rundown on like
some research. Shit.
Yeah, I have to. You know what I mean? I don't like to talk about shit that I don't know about. And he kind of said the same shit that I was just originally thinking, is it's not impossible to do, but it is so much work, and like work that has to be precise, that it doesn't even make sense. Unless like you're trying to do something, like do something completely different out of the round, make your own shit. It doesn't fucking make sense because it's going to take you so long. If you're not like a machinist and know how to do that shit and like know how to fabricate very well, chances are it's not going to work right. and the time that you're going to put into it just doesn't make sense. So what I found, the Morris M5 mag, which is like that's like the mag that everybody's using right now, that for that entire kit, for the mag, the cone, everything is $2,300. Or they have the Joe Hunt mag, and that is the cone, the mag, and all that bullshit for $800. Again, I'm not saying you can't do it, but from the research that I found and my own thinking, it doesn't make sense to do it. By the time you actually do it, you could have just bought one cheaper. Unless, like I said, you're trying to go for, I made that whole fucking mag setup, blah, 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 then go ahead and do it. But the problem you're going to run into is there's not much fucking area to work with a stock cone. You need to be able to mount that mag. Plus, you have to drill the hole for the mag. It's a lot of shit to have to do and like make right for it to work. So it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense. But again, if it's something that you want to do, that way you did it. Yeah, it's not impossible, but you got to know your shit. That's the only thing I got on.
And I looked into it, and I can only find like the only fucking thing I could find was this like one dude in France that did it.
Yeah,
I couldn't read any of the comments or anything he did on it because it's all in French, you know.
Right.
But
it's a lot of fucking shit to do.
It's like a mechanical feat. It's not something that if you're just like, you know, I don't even know why you would do it other than saying like I did it because I could do it, you know, because it's like it's actually not a great location for a mag right coming off the cone. You know what I mean? I could see myself just like stepping on that fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's like right where you're putting your foot peg essentially. But it would be cool as fuck. There's not a lot of info on it, so it's not a kit you can buy.
Yeah,
so.
I just think if you really want to do it, it just makes sense to buy the kit because now you know, like, especially if you're not, and this is like one thing that Bob was saying, is this a bike that you're just riding? This is a shovel you've been riding already. The carburetor's tuned perfectly. The timings, everything's fucking mint. The bike runs amazing. Okay, now throw a magneto on it. But if this is a build you're doing and you're throwing a magneto on it, good luck. Because now you're not going to know what the fuck it is. You don't know if it's the magneto. You don't know if you're getting too much fuel. You don't know if you don't have, you know what I mean? There's just so much shit that could be fucking wrong that it's like, it just doesn't make sense. A magneto is like, it's a great thing if you know how to use it and like you can set it up right and your bike is tuned perfectly. It's dope as fuck. And the look factor is super fucking cool. And the simplicity factor is super fucking cool. But it's like, it's a thing where like, if you're going to go mag, you got to do some fucking research to make it worth it, to make it run. You know what I mean? So that's what I got. And like I said, I don't like speaking on shit I don't know about. That's why I reached out to Bob. So like if it's something that you actually want to do and you want to make a reality, just start reaching out to some motherfuckers and really start grinding out, doing your homework, figure it out, and do you.
Yeah,
but those are your two choices.
Listening, if someone listening has done this or knows how to do it, or you know, like reach out to Sammy Kristoff because he hit me up I think like a week or so ago, and he was like, "Dude, have you ever seen anything like this?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. It looks cool as shit," you know. And I'm all about that. It's like, if you don't know how to do something, it's like if you really, really want it, then go for it. You know, like definitely go for it and do it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely gonna. It looks like a very hard customization to do. You know,
dude, it's a lot of fucking work. But I said, it's not that it can't be done. It's just that if you're gonna try to build it ground up by yourself, there is so much research that's about to go into this in time. And
maybe table it until after you get it built up, because that's something that you can always do later. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, all right.
Oh, real quick, shout out Shout out to Chopper Bob, by the way, for always being down to shed light on any fucking questions I have on this kind of shit.
Yeah. Thanks, Bob. We got to get him back on.
We got to get Bob back on. He's
I
been
love
super
talking to
fucking
Bob.
busy. He's been really busy lately, but we'll definitely get him back on.
Yeah. All right. Andy Man Word. Which state has the best chopper scene in New England?
I don't like this question. I don't think that you can pick a state that has the best chopper scene in New England.
Because New England's like all the same.
Because like New England is all the same. Like New Hampshire, Mass, Maine, Connecticut, all of us are just we're one group of people. We're all homies. Yeah. We all
Think
talk.
Of it like
we all
one big state.
Right. Like we all trade parts. We all like help each other out. So it'd be super hard to be able to say that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
because it's really just like it's a collective.
Because Mass and New Hampshire definitely like. I mean, Mass, New Hampshire, Vermont.
Mass, New Hampshire.
I mean, if you're a Vermont dude, you have. There's nothing going on in Vermont, so you're coming. I mean, I guess you can narrow it down. It's because there's nothing in Maine, there's nothing in Vermont. It's New Hampshire and Massachusetts, definitely. But you have to combine them because everybody goes to each other's shit. If there's something in Massachusetts, it's like
I break it up. The way I look at it though is like you have New England, which is like the Northeast. Then you have like Central East Coast, like Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, like all that shit, and then down south. And I'll say this. When I first started doing the chopper shit, everybody always talked about California this, California that. That's the chopper kingdom, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's the case anymore. I can honestly say that, and not because I'm an East Coast dude. I think the East Coast, and I'm not saying that it's a new thing, but I think so many people have connected on the East Coast that do chopper shit that the East Coast chopper scene is fucking hands down the dopest in the country. There's not a doubt in my mind. There's not anywhere else in the country that's doing more chopper shit than the East Coast right now. Whether it's shows, fucking like swap meet shows, runs, you know what I mean? It's just the East Coast is popping right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all accessible. That's the beauty of New England and then the states right outside of New England. Like New York could easily, I mean, it's almost New England. You know what I mean? We border it. So it's like, well, I'm just saying, like if you're in Connecticut, you can get to New York easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in New England, they're in New York, but I mean, it's just like we're so much smaller. Like if you're in Idaho or something, it's like, oh, I got to drive 7 hours to this other fucking hamlet in like wherever the fuck to get to a chopper show. You know, it's a lot different. The scene here, it's like the states don't matter as much because you're in New England. We have tiny states. You know, you can ride across New Hampshire in a day easy. You know, up to the top and down. That's a ride. You know what I mean? And that's you probably do that in like 7 hours. And then if you go to like Georgia, 7 hours, you're driving in Georgia for 7 hours. You know what I mean? So
and the cool thing too is like what I think a lot of people don't realize is New England states aren't huge states. You know what I mean? Like you can jump on the bike and hit 3 states in a day. Easy 3 states.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can hit Maine, New Hampshire, Mass, Connecticut, fucking Vermont in a day if you were getting after it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why it's like you can't separate into which state has the best chopper scene right now, because it's like New England is like its own chopper scene. Like we're all so tight knit that it's like you can't even decide which has more shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that like, dude, like talking to Rick and Oxford choppers and like those dudes have their own thing going on down there, you know, and they have some heavy hitters, you know, like they got like Ron, and there's a lot of good talent coming out of there. As far as like shows go and stuff, it's just all Mass in New Hampshire though.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, there's no shows in Vermont. There's cool dudes in Vermont. I talk to them all the time. And that's like, the yin to our yang. You know what I mean? New Hampshire and Vermont dudes were like, you know, bread and butter. But in Maine too, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing going. I can't name one chopper thing that goes off in Maine, but there's awesome
Yeah.
dudes, deep sixes up there. You know, like all those dudes, and they're
Yep.
about it. But they all come to New Hampshire or Mass. So
Yep.
I'm gonna go with New Hampshire, Mass as like that's the
hub
scene
of
in New
shows.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. I mean, because you got like, dude, you got La Espada and like heavy hitters like Truth and like those dudes down in Mass, and then up here you have us. So I mean, what more could you want? I mean, we got the best.
We've got
I'm
Easy
a little
Co,
bit
Truth,
biased.
Deadbeat.
Oh, Easy Co, yeah, all Mass dudes, and
Yeah.
again, it's like, dude, Tewksbury is like on the border of New Hampshire, so it's like, and like
Yeah.
Easy Co, Worcester isn't that far from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
La Espada is in Haverhill, which is like
Yep.
right on New Hampshire, so it's kind of like the same state. It doesn't take that long to get down there. You know what I mean? I'm in the middle of the fucking woods. I can get down there in an hour. So yeah. All right, moving on. All right, we got the AB pod. What shows are you trying to hit this year? I mean, if the Smokeout rallies in South Carolina, I'm gonna try to get down to that one. Other shows, I don't know. We fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
yeah. And I was talking earlier. I was talking later in the season this year. I think this next year, I want to concentrate less on shows. I still want to support everybody that does a show. Don't get me wrong. I love going to shows. I love hanging out with everybody. But it's like, dude, the last almost 5 years now, I've been hitting every fucking show that I could get my hands on. And really, man, I just want I want a summer where it's just like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I just want to ride with the homies without needing an excuse. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to like only meet up with all the homies when like we're riding out to New York for a show or fucking Vermont for a show or Mass for a show. I just want to spend more time just on the bike this summer. Not saying, like I said, not saying I'm not going to hit shows. Easy times, obviously, 100% I'm going there. 100% I'm going to the
local, yeah.
Yeah, 100% I'm going to the speed. La Espada fucking season opener. Like all that shit, I'm still gonna be at. Smokeout's definitely on the fucking like on the horizon of like a huge possibility, especially with Brandon being in that build off thing.
Josh,
with Josh from Steel City being in the build off thing. So like all that shit's on there, but I don't know. I don't really know if I could put a list together for shows because right now my head is just like I don't want to concentrate on that this year. This year I just want to do more of like, hey, let's get on the bikes and just go fucking camp somewhere. You know what I mean? If that ends up being on a weekend as a show, it sucks. I'll still fucking send a donation or something, whatever, something. But yeah, I don't know. This year I just want to try to be more of like spontaneous with it and just like just go do cool shit. Like I want this to be the year of cool shit.
Getting out to shows like even like getting out to like fucking Indian Larry and shit. There's a lot of planning and work and money involved in that.
It costs so much money.
It's really tough, and we're not affluent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, and like that's what I think
have
people
the fucking funds.
And that's the thing too is like it's a huge difference if we just go to a show. You know what I mean? Mm. But if we're going to the show as the podcast and setting up and getting merch and getting a vendor spot and all that, it's like, and I don't know if that's what it is where I'm like, I just want to do fun shit. And not saying setting up at shows isn't fun. I love it once we get there and get set up. But like all the shit that goes into getting there and getting set up is just like exhausting. And I'll say this, I am so glad that we made it to the block party, especially if this was 100%. The last year. But what I feel like a lot of people don't understand is like, for us to make that happen, We dropped over $2,000 to be at the fucking block party. You know what I mean? Like, that's not just chump change, but it's like, you kind of gotta do that if you're gonna set up. Like, you gotta be in Brooklyn. You gotta have a hotel. You gotta be close to the venue. You know what I mean? It's so I don't know. In a perfect world, this year will be like hit the shows to like support the homies and just do a lot more of like just getting on the road for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing about like this summer, we tried to hit a lot of shows and tried to vend at all of them. And it's like, well, if you vend, you can't throw an easy up on the chopper. You can't throw merchandise on the chopper. And it's like, my favorite part about going to these shows is the ride to them, you know, like meeting up with all your friends and then
every
riding
show
out there.
one of
and
us
then,
had
like,
to fucking drive.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm with you. And especially like last summer with the rain and all that bullshit, it sucked ass. And this summer, I just want to, you know, I just want to be on a bike all the fucking time and riding around. So I'm with you on that. I have it in me to get down south. Like, I think that would be a super cool show, especially because
it's like, a lot of fun.
Steel City. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a big show too. But
and like with the down south ones, that's a little bit different. It's a little bit different for me because like with that one, I'm hopping in a truck and I'm ripping down just because of the fact of like I can't take that much time off work. So like those ones don't really bother me because that's just like a turnaround weekend. But there's a lot of shit that goes down in the Northeast in the summertime. Like you could be doing something every fucking weekend as far as a show or a charity or benefit or something. So I don't know. This year I'm just trying to focus more on just really getting out with the homies and just having a good fucking time.
Doing it. Yeah. That's what it's all about. And the other thing is too, like those Midwest shows and shit during the winter time, it's like
sick.
I ain't flying out there. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to drive out there. Like that's a whole other animal. But yeah, we'll get to what we can, you know, and if we grow, I mean, if it gets easy and it's like, oh, there's a weekend show and we can just fucking fly out and be first class and fucking I'll be eating fucking peanuts and shit. That's a different thing, but we're still hood. All right, we got born again choppers. Will my 401k ever be worth letting the dream die? Or will it ever actually be worth anything again?
Never. It's a scam.
Yeah, I don't. I've had a 401k for like 15 years. I've never looked at it. I don't know what it's doing. I don't really care because I don't think I'm going to live that long to retire. So I would just say throw money in it and then maybe, I don't know, does your wife get it or some shit or your kids after you die?
I mean, you can take it out.
Don't plan on being alive.
You can take it out now if you wanted to.
Yeah, with a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, fuck them.
It seems like it seems like a responsible thing to do. Put money in a 401k, but don't even think about it. It's probably you're never going to get to spend that money. You're going to be dead.
Well, here's the thing too: is like I've had a couple different jobs where I started a 401k, and then I just stopped working there. It's like, okay, what happened to that money?
It's still in the 401k.
It's just always the same 401k forever.
So like, what was it, a year and a half ago or whatever? I was paying into a 401k for like 15 years, and when you leave that job and go to a new one, they start a new 401k, but that other 401k that's separate from your company, and they don't go, oh, here's your 401k money. It's still in there. You can go get that.
Yeah, but how do you get it?
You just call a company or go on their website or whatever. You need to know what company owns it.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know any of that. I don't even know what job it was.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till I die, and then like someone else has to deal with my estate, which is a couple of disparate 401ks and an empty bank account and tens of $1,000s of debt. Just don't plan on living that long. You don't want to have to deal with all that fucking financial shit. That's like old people shit.
Yeah.
All right, Iron Trash Rat. If you could have one bike builder come and help you from start to finish on your next build, who would it be and why would it be Christian Newman?
I wouldn't pick Christian Newman.
Um, I wouldn't either, just because like he's at a different level than like will ever be at. You know what I mean?
He'd
Like
make me feel
that
dumb
dude's
as
like a
fuck.
savant. Like the shit, I wouldn't understand him, dude. Have you seen his like garage? It's like spotless. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. He's like that. He's like cut above everybody else. Like
Yeah.
I'm a dirty, sloppy, dumpy fuck. I don't want to be working with Christian Newman, and he doesn't want to be working with me either.
No,
You know,
hell no.
he's
He
like a
would quit
brilliant guy.
immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be
He'd be
like,
like,
I'm not
this
building a
dude
bike with this
is
fat fuck.
retarded.
Yeah. He's like, is that fucking, you have barbecue sauce in your beard right now.
Yeah.
I'm
He'd be like,
not
is this a
building
Make-A-Wish
stuff with
thing? Or
you. How many chromosomes do you have, Rhino?
yeah. Yeah. And listen, all the respect to Christian Newman. He's one of the best to do it.
Mm.
That dude is a fucking genius. The shit that he turns out is mind blowing. But we are so far on different ends of the fucking spectrum of building motorcycles.
Yeah.
And like the styles and everything is just not even the same. It wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. He should be designing fucking like Teslas and shit. You know what I mean?
He
like
should be designing Harley Davidson motorcycles because they suck at it.
They do. Who would you pick though?
So this question's been asked before, but it was alive or dead, and I always picked Dick Allen because he was one of my favorite OG fucking dudes ever, just because of his attitude. Brilliant fucking man, absolutely fucking brilliant. Like, came up with a bunch of shit. Unfortunately, just wasn't good at business. Got fucked over a whole bunch. But for him, it was like never about the money or anything like that. Like, people would put in orders for his springers and shit, and like they would say like sometimes you'll get them in a month and sometimes you'll get them in a year and a half. You're just like, when he felt like doing it, that's when he did it. And I just like that whole fucking style. I don't know if he's asking the same thing, alive or dead. I don't know who alive.
Yeah, the way I was thinking about it is just like who do I want to spend a couple 100 hours with? You know what I mean? So just thinking of like fun people to hang out with. So like at first I was like, oh, Jesse James, but I was like, probably Jesse James in like the 90s. Like I don't want to hang out with sober Jesse James now. You know, I'd like to hang out with him when he was like ponytail phase. You know?
Yeah, and he's old as shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as fun. Like you want to have fun when you're doing it, and I like
he, like,
you know,
builds guns now.
Yeah. I mean, he's still cool, but I mean, the old Jesse died off a while ago, right? Old school, chaotic. I want when I'm building bikes, I want like loud music, beers, and some chaos. So I do like, Jesse James probably from the 90s. I couldn't think of anybody else really, except for like local dudes, you know, I'd be like, oh yeah, it would be fun to build a bike with like Fat Man, you know, like Fat Man's one of the funniest dudes. Like working with him, he's like super knowledgeable, and he's one of those dudes that's like, he'll explain stuff to you, you know what I mean? Unsolicited. So you're not like, oh, how does that work? You know, he wants you to learn, you know, so when you're doing something with him, plus he's just funny as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One dude, you know who I would like to
Jesse
build?
James or Fat Man.
A local cat that I would like to build a bike with would be Derek Savage. Just because I don't understand how he turns them out so fast. It doesn't make sense to me how he does it. And he has a very unique style too. Honestly, there's so many people I would like to build bikes with that are local. Like Derek Savage, definitely one of them.
Dude, Big Truth.
I was going to say Truth, 100% one of them. John from EasyCo. him and Craig,
Oh yeah,
100%. I
that'd
can
be
hang out with
fucking
them
so
all
much
day in
fun.
a shop building a motorcycle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking dudes that I would. Rocco from La Spada. That
Mhm.
dude is a fucking genius, dude. He knows so much about motorcycles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
crazy. And he's such a quiet dude. Yeah, I would love to build a bike with him.
Yeah, I think we're thinking the same way. Is like, who would you want to build a bike with? It's like not necessarily the best bike builder, like one of those like Christian Newman or something, but like, who do you want to spend hundreds of hours with? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And fuck, the bike's gonna get done. And those dudes all make like killer. But and like the one that Truth brought to Choppa had brought to the La Spada show that he did for his boy there, like that blacked
Yeah.
out one, like that
Yeah,
thing was
yeah.
just so fucking clean. I was like, how does it get so
Clean.
fucking? How do you get a motorcycle that clean?
Yeah.
I've never seen a motorcycle that clean. It looks like it
Yeah.
was built like in a factory and like rolled out. I'm just like mind blowing shit.
Yeah. Truth is very fucking good at what he does.
Oh yeah. All right. Long John Chopper Co. Actually, Long John. This is one of the dudes I was thinking about building a bike with in that previous.
Oh, this is my
question.
homie, dude. I built a bike with
I was
this
like,
guy.
dude, he builds like such cool, weird bikes, like right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And then he's also like super fun to hang out with. Like he's a partier and like he's like funny and shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this is my Greasy Dozen brother, dude. I virtually built a bike with this kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Long John Chopper Code. Check him out. We did an episode not too long ago with him and Bubba, and it's fucking hilarious.
Just not on here anymore.
You can get it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right. When and how did you lose your virginity? Asking for a friend. He's probably asking for Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba definitely wants to know.
Do you want to go first?
I
bet it was way too young.
yeah, I was. I think I was in.
Let me guess, 7.
I was either in 6th grade or 7th grade, one of the two.
What the fuck?
6th or 7th grade.
Dude, you don't even have dick hair in 6th grade.
It was one of my stepmother's friends.
You were molested. Dude, 6th or 7th grade? What the fuck? Did you?
How old were you in 6th or 7th grade?
Like really young?
No, I just started growing a beard now. How old are you in 6th or 7th grade?
How old are you in
I was definitely in 6th or 7th. Hold on. So Dylan
like 12?
is in 7th grade and he's 12.
12.
Yeah, so I was like 12 years old. But also at this time.
Did your stepmom know?
No. At this time, though, I was also smoking cigarettes full time, daily, and smoking weed and drinking. So, you know what I mean? I was kind of like on the path of success already. So,
yeah, I guess I started smoking butts and smoking weed in 7th grade. So that sounds about right.
Yeah. But I was like, so when I was that age, I grew up in the bricks. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in the hood. And I was like, I don't even know. I hate talking about this because I hate like talking about myself. I was like a gangster kid when I was younger. Not like a thug, but like I was a hard ass dude when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I was always fucking people up and fighting and like getting arrested. First time I got arrested, I was in 5th grade. And some shit went down. People were fucking with this chick, so I stayed there to fucking just like make sure nobody showed up, and shit went down. Bound chicka wow wow, Pound Town.
Must have been amazing for fucking a fucking 7th grader.
Dude,
How old was she?
I fucking nutted like 15 times, bro.
How old was she?
I don't know, like probably 30.
Are you gonna say 30? Oh my god. Do you guys keep in touch? Are you guys friends on Facebook?
No, no, no. Yeah, man. It's that hood shit.
Damn, dude. That's some greasy ass shit right there.
Mm.
That's some illegal ass shit right there. don't no name dropping. I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that shit.
Yeah. And here I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you started early. I mean, was it a fluke though, or after that you're just like, no, I'm having sex with people?
Oh, after that, I was off to the races.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I can actually do this.
Yeah.
That's fucking young though, dude.
Yep.
Oof. I can't top that. Mine was very sweet. It was in the back of a Ford Bronco with a very nice lady. Summer
Really?
loving. Happened so fast. I must have been 16. I was quite a bit older than you. But yeah, it was that. I think it was, yeah, that first year I got my car. I had a Ford Bronco Eddie Bauer edition. It was fucking
shit.
sick. Yeah. Yeah. It was very sweet. Very nice. No molestation. We're both the same age. All right, moving on. Bump Shop Diaries. Bump Shop Diaries coming in hot. He has mad comments in here.
Good. He always
What
has
is
the best comments.
Yeah, he's the best. Go follow Bump Shop Diaries, and then you got to listen to those. I love those stories he tells. He narrates.
They're so good.
They're so fucking cool. What is your favorite podcast? Obviously, it's the Bump Shop Diaries, but why? It is one of my favorite podcasts. It's just different than everything.
Yeah.
But other favorite podcasts, I actually this is still one of my favorite podcasts, the Low Life Chopper podcast. Even though I'm doing it now, still wicked good. I still love it. I don't know if I'm a narcissist, but other than like outside of all the Chopper podcasts, I listen to a ton of true crime, and one of the best ones out there that's like funny is Time Suck with Dan Cummins. He does like serial killers and fucking weird dark shit, but yeah, Time Suck's a good one, and he's been on for like 6 years or something, so there's like hundreds of episodes if you're into that nerd shit and learning about history. Do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to very different podcasts. So like I listen to Bump Shop, I listen to Big Truth. Like my go-to ones are nothing to do with motorcycles.
Are they like hunting ones?
Probably my number one is Meat Eater podcast with Steven Rinella. That's probably one of the best podcasts. I love that podcast. It's my number one on Spotify every year. One that I really got into this year is the You Should Know podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a good one,
dude. This is a podcast
silly.
you have to watch on YouTube. It does zero justice listening to it, so it's got to be something where like you can just watch it on YouTube. And I watch it, and that's another thing too. Is I found that I've gravitated to most of my podcast now. I'm watching them. Dude, it just brings it to like a whole different level. Like when you can see the reactions and like it just brings it to a different level. But the You Should Know podcast is one that like you gotta watch. It's fucking. I'm telling. I've never laughed so hard consecutively every single episode of a podcast like I do with that one. Like I'm talking laughing so hard that like tears are rolling down my face. Hilarious, fucking hilarious podcast. Another super fucking rando one. Like, dude, I'm all over the place. My music taste is the same way. Another one. This is one actually I just started listening to. It's called Mommy Daddy Talk. And it's not like anything that you would think. It's not about porn. It's not about mothers and fathers. It's literally just like this dude who is a gym rat and this chick who's a gym rat. And they do a podcast together. And it's just funny. Like they're really funny, like back and forth with each other. But it's like almost like a fitness podcast, but like also not. I don't know. That's when I listen to
husband and wife or whatever.
Nope. They both just work out.
They're just like friends.
Yeah. It's funny as fuck. And the other one another one that I watch is the Full Send podcast, and that's just like those dudes are just like they pretty much just like party and shit. That's like they're huge on YouTube. Like they don't just do a podcast; they have YouTube channels and shit too. Like millions and millions and millions of followers. They pretty much like got started just going to colleges and throwing like the craziest ragers and shit. But now they have a podcast and like they do guests like they've had Donald Trump and Joe Rogan and fucking Elon Musk. Like dude, just like the heaviest of hitters. And it's just I don't know. I like it because it's like dudes that are young that are into partying and shit, but like they're sitting down with like Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Yeah, so like you can go listen to Elon Musk on anybody's podcast, Joe Rogan's, all those guys. But it's such a different interview coming from these guys, like more like our age level. So I don't know. That's why I like that one.
Where do you listen to podcasts? Like in the car primarily, or do you do it in the garage?
When I'm listening to them, it's in the car. But the couple that I watch, it's at home. Either in the garage or just like at night when I'm chilling out when like the family's in bed. I'll fucking make some tea. Fox, Grease's wife, got me turned on to tea a couple years back. So at nighttime, I drink some chamomile tea, throw on a podcast on the TV, and just fucking chill out. Yeah, watching podcasts, man, is like it's a whole different level.
Yeah,
that's why if you haven't started watching this on YouTube yet, get it. Look, I know it's nice watching. I mean, I know it's nice listening to it while you're at work, but when you're in the shop, throw it on the TV background noise. You know what I mean? It's a whole. You could listen to it at work on Friday in your earbuds, and then put it on in the garage on Saturday when you're working, and I guarantee you your reactions to the same shit you heard yesterday are totally different because you can see our expressions, see what we're doing. It's just a different experience.
Yeah. And yeah,
you would never know that Rhino has his nipples pierced if he never went to YouTube.
And stretched.
Fun fact, I have my nipples pierced.
Do you have both of them pierced?
I have both of them pierced, but one of them got ripped out when I got in a fight when I was younger. And now if I put a ring in it, it comes in the side of my nipple, but then comes out the tip of my nipple.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it got ripped out. And it like tore the skin. So now when I put it in, it comes in the side of my nipple and then comes straight out the front of it. So I took my nipple rings out.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, that's like my number one fear. Like I've gotten caught like in like woven weave fence and shit, and like I haven't gotten it like ripped out. I got it done. I was probably like 18. I've had it hurt
so bad.
It was the worst.
It feels like a blowtorch on your nipple, dude. It burns so bad.
Yeah. Well, I pierced like my own nipples. Meat they're going through. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I pierced my own nipples and my own tongue and my own nose. I just do fucked up shit to my body.
I remember I got I used to go to like really shitty places because I was like underage. And I remember I got my tongue pierced at a place called Bat's Revenge because he got closed down like twice. And
yikes.
He was a fucking tweaker, dude. He was like, but I had my tongue ran in forever. I had that stretch. Like that was like in the late 90s, early aughts, like having your shit like gauged out, you know, like piercings are huge. I had like my labret pierced, my ears gauged out. I took them all out eventually, except for the nipple rings, because I was like,
You had
I think
this
my
shit?
nipples are just gonna droop like some sad penises. Yeah,
You had this?
right there.
Oh shit. Yo, when I was younger, when I was like a
Yeah,
little fucking skater kid, I wanted to get snake bites done so bad, and my dad would never let me get it
yeah,
done.
yeah.
He was cool with
Dude,
like
it's
me
wicked
getting my
annoying.
tongue. Like he was cool when I pierced my tongue. Was cool when I pierced my nipples. When I
Yeah.
pierced my nose, he was fucking pissed. And then I was gonna get my
Which
snake
did
bites
you have a
done,
nostril or the septum?
nostril.
Yeah,
And then I was gonna get my snake bites done, and he was like, just not. He was like done with my bullshit at that point.
yeah. Those ones suck, dude, because I used to always get them caught like eating and shit because like the back is flat and like you get them caught on your teeth and bite down on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the snake
Same
bites you
thing
can just
like
wear like the
tongue
little
ring. I had
hoops,
a
though,
huge
right?
ones. Yeah, I always did like the studs and stuff, except for my ears, which, I mean, my ears never healed. I still have like an infection in my right ear, like where the
Really?
piercing is, because I did it with like nails, like finishing nails. Yeah,
What, gauging them?
I've had them out for like, yeah, I don't know, like because yeah, I probably threw a nail. I remember I did it with nails. Like my buddy was just like with a hammer into like a piece of fucking wood type of thing, and then immediately stretched them, you know. But I still have
Yeah,
like that hole will never close, and it's infected like every
yeah,
day. But
yeah, yeah. I did
yeah,
do it when I was
piercings
younger
are a
because
pain in
like
the ass.
you couldn't just like now you can just buy a whole gauge set and go from like 16 to
Oh, for
fucking
real?
00, and it comes in like a set for fucking like $15. When I was a kid, like you couldn't
Yeah,
do that. You just had to find shit, and that's how like me and my buddies used to do it. We would start with like a finish nail, and then go up to like a roofing nail, and then a framing nail. Then you would
yeah,
stick a pen in there
nails.
and like cut the pen, and then like a Sharpie cap.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and dudes used to blow their fucking earlobes
Oh,
out,
all
you
the
know, because they're
time,
doing it too quick.
all
You
the
know what I mean?
time. Yeah.
I know.
Yep.
I've seen that. That's fucking some nightmare fuel right there, dude. Watching
Yep.
someone's ear split open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit
I
was
dude, I
gross.
actually so I've had mind gauge for a long time now. I'm at like a weird spot. That I'm like a 0/00,
Yeah,
and I got these sick new fucking plugs. They are God. What the fuck is that stone called? Turquoise. They're turquoise stones,
that's sick.
and
Love
I
it.
love turquoise. I've always loved turquoise. My mom's side of the family is like super fucking Native American, and my grandmother used to make turquoise jewelry. So I've just always loved it. Like it's always been my
Dope.
favorite color. I've always loved turquoise jewelry. Um, so I seen them when I was at the mall one day with my wife, and I seen them. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna grab those, and they're the actual stone ones too. Um,
The whole way through. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, fuck. I was like, should I get zeros or 00s? And I've had the zeros for so long that it's like they're not zeros anymore, but they're like, I don't know. It's fucking weird. So some 00s will fit in. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get the 00s. Trying to put these ones in, dude, and it's just so much pressure trying to get them in because you're like, with like silicone is the best because you can fold them in half, put them in, and then they open up. But when you have like the
Yeah.
stone ones and they have like that flare on them, it's bigger than a 00. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you're gauging it to get it to the 00 in the center. So I was trying to put
Yeah.
them in, dude. I could like feel the pressure, and I was like, I had to stop. I haven't even worn them yet because it's like I just don't want to blow my fucking ear out. And like 00 would be hard
Yeah,
to
dude.
blow it out at that size, but like could easily rip it. You know what I mean? I just
Oh
don't
yeah.
want to deal with
Yeah.
that. I think I'm too old to be getting
And
infections.
yeah, dude, and you're not gonna pay to get that shit sewn up. You're just gonna have fucking vagina ear,
Yeah.
like some roast beef curtains hanging down.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fuck around with that. You can't just. Back in the day, it's like, oh, you're working at PacSun, you cash your check, you go across to the fucking, whatever Spider Bite or whatever the fucking place is called, and you blow your money on that shit. But yeah, piercing,
Yeah.
it's tattoos are just, they're so much better. There's so much, I don't know. It's just like, if I was going to spend money now, it's like the piercing thing is over for me. But I'll probably have my nipple rings
Yeah.
forever just because I don't want to
You
take
already
them
went
out
through
and
that
have
pain.
droopy nipples. I already
Yeah, and you've already
gauged.
gone
Oh,
through
dude,
that
when I gauged
pain.
them, it was fucking disgusting, dude. Because
You gauged
whatever
them?
what is like yeah, what is like the piercing gauge, like 12 gauge or some shit, or 10 gauge, or no,
And it's
it's
like
like 14 gauge.
14. It's
Anyways,
14.
yeah, it's like tiny. And I remember they were like, don't try to gauge these right away, like let them heal. And I was like, okay. And then like, bought the fucking next step up, like from them as I walked out the door. And I went out in my car and I just tried to
Oh my
gauge them, like
god,
probably
dude.
like a week or so later. And dude, they popped through and there was like a little tube of fucking like scar
Pus?
tissue that came out
Yeah.
with it. It's so fucking gross and it hurt so fucking bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna leave these alone. But yeah, I wouldn't do it again. All right. Next question. Bump Shop Diaries again.
I don't even remember what that
I
question
actually like
was.
this. The one, the favorite podcast. I don't know how we got into piercings.
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
All right. So, if motorcycles had their own version of a yearbook, what do you think your bike would be known for among its two-wheeled peers? That's easy for me. Least likely to succeed.
I think that's every job.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be Class Clown.
That was my second one. Fucking clowning us, dude. All right. Joseph Edwards. Any and all 4-speed rebuild tricks and tips? Have you done a 4-speed rebuild on
No.
a Sporty? I have
Nope.
not either. So I don't know. I did a
Fat Man's the guy to
ratchet
ask about
top
that. He's a beast.
4-speed.
Fat Man will do a fucking 4-speed tranny in a
On the
Sportster in
Sportsters?
like 20 minutes. The kid's a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't say that it's for a Sportster. He just says 4-speed. So if you're talking about a 4-speed like ratchet or rotary top or whatever, my suggestion is just go to Lowbrow Customs. Frank Kessler does a fucking 3-hour video on a 4-speed rebuild on a ratchet top, and it's everything that you need to know. He goes through every
Lowbrow
single
has a
step.
lot
It's
of good
idiot proof.
videos.
Just go through it slow.
Lowbrow has so many good
Dude, this
videos.
one is it's my favorite type of video too. It's like an old Harley mechanic dude.
Yeah.
Who's a little bit gruff, who just goes through every single step. And I rebuilt that tranny twice. And the second time I did it from memory, just from doing it the first time and watching that video.
No shit.
The one, yeah, there was another question on here too, just like about 4-speeds. And again, if this is about ratchet tops and shit, like shovelhead shit. The hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life was to take the C-clip off that third gear. There's like, it's inside, it's holding the third, the third gear in place. And there's like a little tiny C-clip to get like that you have to take off to be able to slide the whole assembly out. And it's just make sure you reserve like half a day and make sure you have a couple of beers and like some weed and shit, because there's no good way to do it that I know of. I tried every fucking tool. It's a weird angle to get in there. You're only working on like a little box and get that C-clip off, dude. It takes forever. And when you finally do, you feel like your penis is like 12 inches long. When that thing finally pops off and you're like, I got it. It's like there's no better feeling. It's definitely worth it. But for 4-speeds, yeah, Frank Kessler, Lowbrow Customs, best video I've ever watched on really anything like motorcycle related. It's so in depth. All right, Sears 74115. How do you guys find these shovel deals? All I ever find is the typical $5K price tags.
So you've touched on this before. and I think this is the most important tip you'll ever get, is when you are serious about getting something, you get on Marketplace and you stay on Marketplace. You set the reminder for that category. You fucking hit them up as soon as it pops up, and you got to be ready to go. My shovel that I got, $3,000, running, riding, shovel head. You can't be like in the market for a shovel head, but not have the money for the shovel head. It's got to be when one pops up, you go get it. Because they don't last long. The ones that are good deals, they get scooped up immediately. So you got to be on your fucking game. When I was looking for a shovel,
get ready to pounce.
I was on fucking Marketplace every second of the day that I wasn't doing something. Scrolling until I finally found one. Even now, I'm not even in the market for shovel head, but on Marketplace, it's on there. So I get a notification every time somebody puts anything with the word shovel in it, anything with the word chopper in it, anything with the word Evo in it, anything like that, anything that I'm remotely interested in, it sends me a notification as soon as it gets posted. And I click on it and see what the fuck it is.
Yep.
And usually those deals come up when you're not in the market.
Yeah, I would say like a couple of tips on that is go to places that are nearby that have low population centers, right? So like in New Hampshire, there's a lot of people that have shovel heads, and if someone posts one for $3,000, it's gone in 10 minutes. You know, like, so setting up alerts, setting up reminders and stuff like that is key. You have to compulsively look too, you know, like when you're taking a shit, don't stream Instagram. If you're in the market and you have $3,000 for a shovel head or $2,000 for a shovel head, when you're pooping, just look for shovel heads. Don't get distracted. You have to be zeroed in on that shit.
You have to up your mileage of how far.
That search area to low population centers. Like, dude has a shovel head in like northern Vermont. Nobody lives there. Nobody lives there that wants a shovel head. But you're in like southern New Hampshire. You're like, yeah, I'll drive that. That's only like.
But I have mine set for 100 miles.
Look in Vermont. If I don't know if you're in Idaho or whatever, look in like some shithole. Just look out in places where people aren't looking for that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then just compulsively check. And if you have the cash and dude posts it for 3,000, just be like 2,000 cash. I'm coming today and I'm going to pick it up. No tire kicking, no bullshit, and pounce on it. Come
see what I did. The guy that listed the one that I got, he listed it for $3,000. And I messaged him immediately and was like, look, I'll give you your asking price. Not even going to beat you up. I got the cash right here. Send him a picture of $3,000. I was like, GPS says I'll be there in an hour and 20 minutes. And he was like, okay. Put it pending immediely.
Yeah.
People don't want to deal with bullshit. Think about if you've ever listed anything on Marketplace.
My shovelhead, the dude.
Nobody wants to deal with it.
It's the tax you pay. Yeah. And when I bought my shovelhead, it was a dude out in Vermont, and I go, you know, I had the money, I was looking for it, and I go, I'm gonna come pick it up. I'll pick it up whenever you're available. I'll pick it up right fucking now. I have the cash, and I'm not gonna bust your balls. And he was like, dude, I got like 20 people wanting this, but you're the only one that said you're not gonna bust my balls. So come get it.
Yep.
So just be sometimes ready to spend the money and don't beat them up over the price. You know,
with the search thing,
at a good price.
So what I do is you can set a radius. I set 100-mile radius from my house. Because normally, do I want to drive 100 miles? No. But if it's for a fucking $3,000 shovelhead, I'm driving 100 miles one way. I don't give a fuck.
All right, we have Bump Shop Diaries again.
Phew.
I like this question a lot. If choppers had their own music genre, what type of music do you think would best capture them?
Choppers as a whole, or like our chopper?
Choppers as a whole. I read that as. if choppers had their own music genre. So all choppers.
So when I think of choppers, I like to think of like a blues, like a blues slash bluegrass twang.
Okay. You don't listen? Do you ever listen to music on your rides?
No, very
Never.
rare. If I'm riding by myself,
I listen to music.
I'll pop one earbud in if I'm riding by myself. Just because like when
Yeah.
I'm riding with other people, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Like when we stop, we're always talking shit at lights, and you know what I mean. So I just don't put anything in there. But if I'm like by
Yeah.
myself, just out cruising, I'll throw one in my right ear, and that's it. Because I don't like drowning out completely everything. So
Yeah.
like I
Same.
feel like I'm not as aware that way. And I have no mirrors, so like I need to be able
When
to
you're
hear if
riding
a
with
cop's
people,
trying
you
to pull
have
me
to.
over.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you're riding with people too, you're talking all the time. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah,
People are pulling up beside you. And they're like, "Can you hear that fucking weird sound that my chopper's
yeah,
making?" Like you don't want.
yeah,
But when you ride with yourself, yeah, it's fun to ride with music. I do like riding with music.
yeah,
Um, for me, uh, I guess I always listen to, and I'm not a huge music guy, so I don't know like my music history and all that. But well, I like music. I just don't know a lot about it. You know, like you talk to Dan or you talk to like Evo Jesus. They're like into music.
yeah,
Uh, but I like the precursor to punk, like that era. Like I think it's called like proto punk, like '60s, like late '60s, early '70s, like the Stooges, Modern Lovers, maybe the Kinks, Velvet Underground, like that type of shit.
yeah,
Um, that's usually what I listen to. So it's also like I guess the golden age of choppers, like that era. So I like '60s, '70s, early. I guess I'd call it proto punk or something like
yeah,
that. But it's like before
yeah.
punk.
Usually 9 times out of 10, when if I'm actually riding and listening to music, it's usually outlaw country. Um, and like
Oh
I
yeah,
not even like a playlist that I have. I just go on Spotify and I'll type in like usually like Hank Jr. or something. He's one of like my favorite guys. Um, and you'll just get everything on there,
yeah.
dude. Like everything. Um, from fucking Wayland to like literally fucking everything. Johnny
Oh yeah, that's a good
Cash. You know
idea.
what I mean? Um,
Yeah, like a stage. Yeah.
yeah, it's just great. But then sometimes I also put on like I'll just type in Johnny Cash and I'll do like a Johnny Cash playlist, and that'll play like a lot of like super old school like Hank, like the original Hank. Um, and then that's where like you'll get some of
Yep.
the like bluegrassy stuff. And I really like that shit too. Like I love bluegrass, and especially like bluesy bluegrass. You know what I mean? Like I love that kind of shit.
Yeah. I do RL Burnside, like that old type of shit. Like I do hip hop too, you know. I think it's fun to
Yeah,
ride choppers, listen to hip hop. But the
yeah.
grimy shit, like I'm not listening to fucking pop.
No,
But
no Nelly or anything.
yeah, it definitely I wouldn't call hip hop the chopper genre, but uh definitely like yeah, early stuff, like stuff that makes you
Early hip
nostalgic
hop
because
could
I think
definitely
like
be
choppers. Yeah. But like
just like a
anything nostalgic,
grungy.
because that's what choppers are to me is like nostalgia, It's you're like when you're on the road and you're in a bike that was built like, 40, 50 years ago. It makes you feel nostalgic. And you're like you daydream about a life that's not so fucking plugged in and all the bullshit, you know what I mean? You're like, you think of those. That's what you
Yeah,
want. So it's
yeah.
all
I
about
mean, I guess it all
nostalgia.
depends on what kind of mood I'm in too. You know what I mean? Like if I'm just out riding, having a good time, chances are I'm listening to like some outlaw country. If I'm like pissed off
Yeah.
and like on a mission, it's a good
Some
chance I'm listening to
Motorhead.
like some like
Yeah.
nah, not really. Usually like early '90s, mid '90s hip hop. Or
Mm-hmm.
even like some of the newer outlaw country stuff, like the newer Struggle Jennings and Adam Calhoun and Upchurch and all that shit.
Oh, right
But
on.
yeah, when I'm just like by myself, relaxing, I really like that like twang. I like that old school shit.
Yeah. It depends on what kind of riding. Yeah. Is what kind of riding you do. If you're like, oh, it's a beautiful day and I want to go for a ride, you're going to listen to a certain type of music. And if you're
Yeah,
going riding and you're like, oh, my life's all fucked up and I'm pissed off, like, yeah, you want to throw on something that's like, I'm going to kill a motherfucker. I'm going to stab, I'm
yeah,
going to
and it
stab a
depends where
motherfucker.
I'm riding.
And that makes
If
it
I'm riding
better.
through New Hampshire, like the
Yeah, true.
notches and all that shit, outlaw country.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm going to ride fucking
Yeah.
Boston or like Manchester, probably 90s hip hop.
Ghostface Killer. Yeah.
Yeah, just like some dumb shit like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't be riding through New Hampshire like
All
down
right.
farm roads, like listening to fucking Wu Tang and fucking Pac and NWA. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the city, it makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, about to do a drive by.
I'm like, I'm amped the fuck up riding by like a fucking cow pasture. It makes no sense. When I'm amped up splitting fucking traffic in Boston, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. True. Junkyard Johnson. Recommendations or tips for someone wanting to step up and build their first big twin chopper. Congratulations. My 87 Sportster chop has been too good and reliable, so now I'm bored. Also, how do I resist the urge to drive into oncoming traffic? Things. Well, don't pull a Jax or whatever and just ride into a fucking semi truck.
Yeah,
Because then you don't get to listen to this show every week. So that's how you resist the urge. You have us every Friday. It's like
you don't think they play the Low Life Chopper podcast on loop in heaven? I think they do. That's how I like to think of my heaven.
Yeah, it has to be there if it's heaven. But yeah, recommendations wanting to step and build first big twin chopper, I say get a shovel head. You have an 87 Sportster, just go back a few years and get a shovel head. Those late 80s shovel heads aren't so bad.
It's going to be the easiest platform to build on.
And you might find a deal. Yeah, get a shovel head, 100%. You will not regret it. They're beautiful.
Yeah. I would say in Evos are starting to get pretty popular. Evos are starting to get popular, but it's still a struggle to get them in a rigid. So I think shovel's really your only way to go, unless you just got a bunch of money to drop on a pan.
Shovel head's the natural evolution. You do you're supposed to graduate. You start on a sporty, because you're afraid it's not, you don't want an unreliable bike. You get a sporty, you're good. Then go to the shovel head, and it's like
a cone shovel.
That just opens it all up. Cone shovel, yeah. If you got Jenny shovel money, go for it, brother. I ain't got it like that, but all right. Iron Trash Rat again. Also, if you could get rich doing one illegal activity, what would it be?
This is so easy for me.
Drugs.
Prostitution.
What? Yourself, or you're going to be a pimp?
No, myself. Get paid to just fucking bitches all day.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't even think of it like that. Like, what would I want? Like, my dream job.
Paid to nut? Like, what the fuck?
Paid per nut.
Yeah. Right now, I do that for free in a toilet.
I'd have like one client. I don't even know how male prostitutes do it. I'd have one client. I'd be like, all right, I'm good for 4 days. I need to eat some fucking vitamin E or whatever. I ain't nutting multiple times. I'm too old for that shit.
Like, what the fuck? I paid for an hour.
I'm like,
sorry.
You paid the wrong guy. An hour? No, we do it by the minute here.
Yeah.
I would definitely. So any illegal activity, I'd probably just be a politician. They're into all sorts of weird shit.
Yeah, that's true.
All of them are they're just a bunch of fucking crooks. So yeah, I'd be a politician, probably like president or something for the title. All right. Diabetic gunslinger.
Yikes.
That's. I know a lot about you just from your name. Um, dream hot rods or choppers.
Wait, what?
What is your dream hot rod or chopper? I don't have a dream hot rod because I don't know anything about cars. But for a chopper, I would do like a, just a knucklehead. And when I was
I'm
thinking
not a
about it, I was
knucklehead
like,
guy.
oh, I'd do a Steel City blacksmithing frame and invaders in a knucklehead. Single down tube, twisted, heavy as fuck, nice and low. Dream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big knucklehead guy just because I know I don't have the money to upkeep them.
It's a dream.
Yeah, I know, but just like
You can
I'm kind of like a
fly in
realistic.
dreams.
I'm a
You're a
realistic person.
realistic dreamer.
Yeah. Um, I'm realistic in the fact of like my dreams are set lower because I know what my reality is. Does that make sense? Like my just
Like in your dream, you're just like clocking in.
yeah. Like my dream is just like a nice put together pan. Um, as far as hot rods, it would either be uh late 70s C10 or another rat rod, something in the 30s, bagged 383 stroker.
Yeah, I don't know like what you would call like. I don't know anything about hot rods, but like the one that you had was sick. It was like an old fucking, you see a bunch of pipes. It's low.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to it. It's a
39
truck. One of
Chevy.
those things are fucking sick.
Yeah, 39 Chevy.
39. Yeah, I'd do
Yeah,
something like mad old.
yeah.
Um, Dip, Dizzy, Whizzle. You guys have the best names. Dip, Dizzy, Whizzle. Is there any beef between you and the Low Life Bagger podcast? I looked. I didn't see that there was a Low Life
Yeah,
Bagger podcast.
there's not.
But if there is, I'll beef with them.
Yeah,
If there is, I'll beef with them. I'm all
yeah,
about the beef. I love the chaos.
yeah. We can do a podcast
World
boxing
beef,
match.
baby. Yeah, put us in touch. We should have him on the show if that's a real thing. He also replied to himself.
Nice.
Also, any lathe advice? Where to start? What to buy? What machines to look for on marketplace?
So
I don't know.
I have very minimal
I think
experience
it's
with the lathe.
it's the same. It's the same principle as a compressor, right? Just buy the biggest one you can afford.
Nah, no. I mean, for me, anyways, no. You can get them pretty
The
fucking
brands
big.
actually matter.
Yeah, you can get them pretty big, and unless you're like really doing some shit, it's just unnecessary. You don't need a huge lathe to do like 90% of chopper shit. If you're trying to shave legs and make bungs and fucking foot pegs and shit like that, you could get a pretty relatively small lathe. I don't know a whole bunch about lathes. I've owned one. The one I had was a 1954 Logan. So that's one thing I'll say is don't be afraid of the age. The older the lathe, probably the better it's going to work, honestly. The best thing you can do is do a bunch of research on lathes, see how they're actually supposed to work, and just make sure you don't get one that's clapped out. But I know like Bridgeport, that's like obviously a huge one. Like everybody knows that fucking name. In the Northeast, it's pretty easy to find. They're
That's
made
like
in
a
Connecticut.
standard, yeah.
Right. Logan, I've seen a bunch of those, and maybe just because I just had one, so like that name pops out to me. And I loved mine, honestly. Did everything that I needed to do. It was a little clapped out. The dials weren't like really true, so it was hard to really measure what I was doing. which is one of the only reasons I sold it. But I would say like if you're just trying to do chopper shit, like I said, like shaving legs and all that like small shit, you should be right around the price range of $500, and that should get you
$500.
a good size lathe. Probably I'd say 48 inch, like a 4 foot lathe. And you could even go smaller than that. Like Badfish, his is a bench top lathe, and or actually no, I think he got a new one. Oh no, was it? Was it? Yeah, yeah, his was a bench top, I think. But it doesn't have to be big to do a lot of the shit you do on a chopper. But $500, that's the range that I would look at. That will get you in like a fairly fucking good sized lathe for a decent price. I mean, $500 isn't bad to be able to make all that shit yourself. And when it comes
Yeah.
to polishing lowers, dude, you can't polishing anything really. You can't
Yeah.
beat having a lathe.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. $500 is the ceiling. Anything above that, I mean, bench top or otherwise, that seems about right. All right.
Yeah.
The Mad Yankee 92.
Shoo.
What is allegedly the most entertaining substance to be on while riding a chopper? Also, how many bratwursts you think I should bring to the CHOPLUCK? Well, thank you for coming to the CHOPLUCK. You only need one
Unlimited.
bratwurst. No, just bring one. Shove it up my ass.
Bring
And
all of
then-
them.
No, I can only fit one.
That's why.
The most entertaining substance to be on while riding a chopper, in my opinion, is doing
Mushies?
beers. Doing beers, dude.
Uh,
Beers, for me, it's doing anything. It makes everything
Beers
more
is
fun.
too much for me. I don't like doing it with beers. Really anything, honestly. Once in a while, take a couple pokes. You know what I mean?
Did you say mushrooms?
Mushies. Yeah, I was just
Have
kidding.
you ever ridden on mushrooms?
No.
Okay.
No.
I would not trust myself.
No, hell no. Just I like to just take a couple ribs off a joint and go for a ride. If I do anything like that, 90% of the time I do not. But that's always enjoyable when you're riding by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I'm a
Yeah,
square.
just keep
dude.
it basic.
I
Weed
can't
or
imagine
beer?
doing it on like other shit.
No, we
I'd be freaking out thinking
did
my
like
fucking
on
bike's
meth.
on
What the
fire and
fuck?
shit.
Oh yeah, that'd be wicked fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just you should just stick to the basics. I mean, special occasions, trip, do some mushies, do some LSD, but when you're riding around, beer and marijuana in reasonable. You know, you want to be responsible. When I say drink and drive or drink and ride, you don't want to be getting fucking sloshed. So just a couple, just to get a buzz, just take the edge off. Same thing with weed, you know. You're just taking a couple of tokes and going. You're not
And listen,
like
we're not
doing fucking.
We're not telling you to do any of this, by the way. Do this at your own fucking risk. We think being under the influence on a motorcycle is extremely irresponsible.
You shouldn't do anything.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. Very irresponsible.
Just in case.
We're going to get canceled. All right. We got two petty. For my next bike, I'd like to get a sporty. Is there any years or decades I should try to stay away from? I'd say if you're going to get a sporty, get a 5-speed.
Yeah, stay away from the 4 speeds. They're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Just get a 5-speed Sportster and you're good. And the later the model, the better probably, because they really perfected that bike. I have an 03. Don't go any higher than 03. That's like the last carbureted Sportster, and it's like perfect. I don't know. My bike is an 03, and it's like fucking bulletproof. So I love that bike.
Yeah,
I'd say definitely don't do a 4-speed. Get the 5-speed, and as late a sporty as possible, because the aftermarket is the same. You know what I mean? So just get like 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. 5-speed 1200 Sportster, and you will be just fine. Benton Haas, have you either of you raked a frame? I got a shovel and I'm thinking about it. That's awesome. You should definitely do it. I have not raked a frame, but I know people who have, and it's not as hard as everybody wants to make it seem like. You have to have big balls, though. What I've heard is you just have to make that relief cut and then just try to keep that neck as straight as possible and bend that bitch back. Just wrench it back. Don't worry too much about. I mean, if you do the relief cut, like if you do a decent relief cut, as I understand, it'll line back up pretty fucking straight. And then you weld that in and just, in whatever the angle the relief cut is, that's your rake, right?
Yeah, I don't know dick about it. Looks pretty easy.
Yeah, dude's
Cut
been
it.
doing it forever. Just stick
Yeah,
a fucking
cut it.
broomstick in there, do a
Wedge
relief
it.
cut. Just measure whatever that wedge is. Try to do that pretty decent, and then just bend it the fuck back, and it should just sit right. And if it doesn't, it's not like you're gonna die. They're choppers. You can,
You can just cut the whole neck off and
it's
start
fine.
over.
Andy Jameson, 67. Money and skills is no issue. What's the bike you're building? What does it have to have? If money and skill is no issue, what does it have to have? I mean, money and skill is no issue. I'd just do a twisted up fucking custom frame with twisted invaders, knucklehead. Everything's going to be chromed. We're going to chrome the fucking air filter on that bitch. Chroming everything.
Again, mine's would be like a pan and like a jammer frame. Same with you. All chrome everything. Everything's chrome. Just because I can't afford chrome now.
I'm just going to dip the whole bike once it's done. I'm just going to dip the whole thing in chrome. Seat, everything.
Yep.
Fuck it.
And then the paint, since money's no option, I mean, like, no, like, worry, it doesn't matter. I'm going to commission Dan at No Luck Paintworks. I'm like, here's a year's salary. I want you to take the next year off and paint this motorcycle. And make it the sickest fucking paint job you've ever seen in your life.
Dude.
That's what my bike would be.
Yeah, actually, since money is no object, I'm not even getting it chromed. I'm getting it gold plated. 24 karat, baby. The whole fucking thing.
Diamonds inserted in the
even
frame.
The tires. I'm gonna bronze that bitch. Just dunk it in a fucking. All right. Final question that Instagram didn't strip. Have you ever repaired a 4-speed transmission? My third gear is trashed. I don't know where to start. And what do you dislike about the chopper community? So we talked about this earlier about the 4-speed. If it's a shovel head, just go to the lowbrow thing. If it's a 4-speed sporty, call Fat Man Custom Motors on his business line.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen to the show anyway, so he won't get pissed. What do you dislike most about the chopper community?
For me, I hate talking about this too because it makes me, I don't know. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. For me, there's a lot of soft ass dudes in this community right now. People that just get their feelings hurt way too easy. People that care way too much what people think about them. People that are like strictly doing this because it's a cool thing to do or to make money, etc. That kind of shit drives me fucking nuts. The reason why the community is so strong in the Northeast is because it's dudes that just enjoy doing this shit. You know what I mean? It's not because this is a cool thing to do, etc. Because there's still those guys in the Northeast, and yeah, they're technically part of the community. But when I talk about the community, I talk about the people that we hang out with, the people that are in all those states, the people that I see at all those shows. So I guess there's two different kinds of community. Um, I don't know. That's just what it is for me. Is there's too many feelings involved, and people like, come on. If your hobby is fucking motorcycles, you know what I mean. You kind of can't be a bitch. I guess that's just where I leave it. Is like toughen the fuck up a little bit. Stop being a little fucking cunt.
Yeah, I guess you know, the thing I dislike most about the chopper community is the thing I dislike about any community, you know, whether it's, you know, your work community or, you know, whatever community you're a part of. I just really value authenticity, you know, like if you are doing it
Yes.
for any other reason than like what, like just be authentic about it. If you're a fucking, you bought your bike or whatever, like don't try to pass it off because everybody sees it. Everybody knows. You can't lie, you know, like if you're disingenuous, everybody picks up on that. You're not hiding anything, you know, and you're bumming people out and bringing them down. So like, as far as the chopper community, I don't have any beef with anybody, you know, like in particular, it's just like, if you're not authentic, you're not going to be around very long. Say la vie, buddy, you know?
Yeah. 100%.
Uh, and if you're about it, and when I say you're about it, it's not like just building bikes. For me, it's like all the ethics that come along with it, like being there for your boys, you know, like being a stand-up guy, you know, like your word is your bond type shit. Like that stuff's really important to me. So if you're not, you know, it's not just the chopper community. And you know, people get really riled up about trendy things and things like that, and it's like, don't get pissed off that shit is trendy, you know, because they're just visitors, just like with what anything else, you know, like they're gonna come and go. Just stay the
Yeah.
course. Don't let it eat you up too much, and just hang out with real dudes, like real motherfucking dudes that are down for, you know, chopping it up. You know, dudes that are like stoked on this shit. You know them immediately. You know what I mean? Like you talk to a dude that's like Rick, or you know, like our last episode with Oxford Choppers, you know, like that dude's just authentic. He just loves this shit. He gets stoked about it. He loves everything about it, and you just, that comes across. You can't hide it.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, really, just be authentic, and I'm not really bothered by posers and shit because they're fucking everywhere. And I know who you are, and I don't pay you any mind, and do your thing, whatever. You're not part of my thing. But that was kind of a negative one to end on.
Yeah.
We should lighten it up a little bit. How
Yeah.
about some sponsors?
How about this? How about we end it with this? Because I don't want to end it on that one. What do you
Yeah,
like best about the chop community?
yeah. See, that's why you're the idea man. Uh, the thing I love most about the chopper community is that by virtue of the hobby of building bikes, it attracts the right type of people. And I would say like 99% of the people that I come across are like really about it, because it automatically, just the hobby itself, like filters out lazy people, like fake people, like, because you can't do that. You can't be in the community and be disingenuous, you know what I mean? So like all the people we hang out with are like funny and they're cool, and they all come from like hardships, and they're resilient and they're durable, and they're just good people, you know, like they understand the value of like if I say I'm your boy, like I'm your boy, I got your back. Cuz like
Yeah.
helping someone with a broken ass fucking bike sucks. and
Yeah.
everybody agrees, like you already know, like all your friends are fuck ups and you're not on time and your bike is a piece of shit and you have no money, and that's your community. You know what I mean? And so the thing I like best about the community is just that, like, it's a filtering mechanism for like human beings, where you're just like, oh, you're about this. Like, if you're about choppers, you're about all these other things too,
Yeah. For me, it's kind of piggybacking off what you said. The thing I like is like the guys, and again, you have to figure out who's really about it and who's not, just like everything in life. You know what I mean? Um, but the cool thing is the guys that are really about it, the guys that just do this because they fucking love it, um, no matter how advanced they are. You know what I mean? Um, you know that you can go out of your way and help any one of those dudes out, whether it's giving them a part that you have on the shelf that you could easily sell and make money on. But why do that when that
Mhm.
guy needs it? You know what I mean? It's knowing that you can do that kind of shit while knowing they would do the same fucking thing for you. And you don't even got to be homies. Like, you don't got to be guys that like hang out every fucking weekend and like hang out and talk every day like me and Rhino do. I'm talking like guys that like are just in the community that you see at all these shows that you've talked to and had conversations with. 90% of those guys that are really about it would do that shit for you. And if not, they're going to give you a great fucking deal on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I like about it is like, this is the spot once you figure out who's who, because I don't care what circle you run in, you have to figure out who's who, because not everybody's going to be about it. Not everybody's going to put the same level of commitment into it. Um, but once you figure that out, who's who, you know that you can trust that those dudes would do the same thing that you would do for them. And I just like that because in life, especially now, um, there's not a lot of motherfuckers like that. And like what
No.
Rhino was saying is like this kind of filters those other people out. Um, it puts you in a group of guys and women, like Rhino was saying, that come from usually the same kind of background you did. Grew up probably with not a lot of fucking money. Grew up kind of fucking rebellious. You were kind of a fuck up. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's what I like it for is you just know who you're fucking with. And if you can't determine who's who, you got to figure that out before you ever figure any of this other shit out.
Yeah. But it's a good like it will filter all those people out for you.
Yes,
Like
100%.
because chopper building is fucking hard, it's expensive, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And if you can't hang, you're not going to do it very
And
long.
you're not
You
getting
might
this anywhere else. Like, not to like
no.
talk up choppers, but like, if you're a dude that's just riding a road glide or a street glide, I dare you to post on your Facebook, hey, I'm doing a new clutch on my road glide this weekend. Who can come help me?
Yeah.
I bet you there's
Yeah.
not a whole bunch of replies on that fucking post.
Yeah.
But if I say
What
that, or anybody
it's
else
not under
does,
warranty.
yeah, if anybody else does in the chop community, somebody's gonna step up. Somebody like, yeah, man, fucking
Yeah.
bring it by. You can do it in my garage, or what time you doing it? I'll come
Yeah.
through. I'll bring beer. That's just
Yeah.
how the chopper community is, and I feel like that's
It's the
why
only
it
place that you
pulls.
find that. It's the only
Yeah, and I
place you
think
find
that's
that, dude.
why it pulls so many people in. Why choppers are
Yeah.
so popular right now, um, because that's like, let's just face it, that's what a lot of people are looking for in life. They're looking
Yeah.
for that family element because once you grow up and you're not at home anymore, you're still looking for that family element. You know what I mean? And I think that's why choppers are so fucking popular right now because that's like essentially what you get once people figure out who you are. Once people know that you're that guy
Yeah.
that's gonna give that same level of fucking respect and time and all that bullshit, you got it fucking
Yeah.
made, dude.
Yeah. The other thing, like chopper dudes and gals, they give you the benefit of the doubt. Everybody's
Yeah,
cool in their book until you fuck it
till you
up.
fuck
You
up.
know what I mean? And like firsthand account, it's like if you come into this shit and you go to the shows, you go to the parties, you go like hanging out, everybody's just like open arms, like come on in, like come to my
Yeah.
house. You can sleep in my fucking yard. You can sleep in my fucking couch.
And it doesn't
Like
even
those are the
matter
type
that
of
you have a
people.
chopper. You know how many
Oh
guys
yeah,
I've met that are on Dynas or FXRs or
oh yeah,
regular Sportsters? You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is a good fucking dude. And
mm,
that goes along with like what you're saying is like we give people the benefit of the doubt first. You don't have to be this diehard chopper guy with a shovel sitting on a bench behind you doing a fucking podcast about
oh yeah,
choppers. You know what I mean? You don't have to be that guy. You just have to be a good
yeah.
fucking human.
Where else do you find that? There's no other community that I know of where people are just like, come to my house, eat fucking food with my family, my kids, sleep on my couch.
Yeah. I
Weird,
can't tell you how many
bedraggled,
people,
bearded guy.
so many people have written into the show and like, hey, I just went across country and I was able to stay at people's houses the entire way through people I met through the
Mm,
podcast. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You're not doing that anywhere else, bro. It's
yeah,
just not happening.
yeah. We're built different. Yeah, great community. It's the best I've ever been a part of, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. And I just that's what keeps me in here is really the people.
The
Like doing
biggest
cool
thing I can
shit.
say too is there's two things that we'll say three things that will get you fucking murdered in the chopper scene. Well, just people will not fuck with you. And that's the first thing is when you're bullshit. People will see right through that in this community. The guys that are really about this know from day one, the fucking first day they meet you, if this is a fad for you or if this is something you really fucking love doing. People will see right through your bullshit. The other thing
Yeah,
is ego. If you think you got to be the king shit of fucking everything and you're the best, you build the sickest bikes, you do this, you do that, nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody gives a fuck about your status on Instagram or how many magazines you've been in. Nobody cares about any of that shit. Um, I forget. Oh, and the third one, a fucking culture vulture. That is probably one of the fastest ways for people to stop fucking with you. As soon as you get the reputation of a culture vulture, meaning you're trying to fuck up the shit that we love to make a buck on it, or fucking people over on parts, anything like that, immediately you're dead to everybody. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody's going to think about you. Nobody's going to bring your name up.
oh yeah.
That's the one thing I'll
It's a
say about the
small
chopper
community.
community.
Yeah,
So one thing I'll say about the chopper community is shit like that does not slide around here. If you get labeled as a fucking shitbag, you're done, dude. You're done because
oh
it's a
yeah,
small,
yeah. If
tight
you
community.
steal, cheat, like there's no room for that. Like you've seen
Yeah,
it. You've seen these dudes. They get fucking raked over they're gone. Their name is
yeah,
mud. But just be a stand. If you're a stand up guy and you're coming in, dude, open arms. Everybody loves
yeah.
you,
Yep.
and
And the
you'll have
knowledge
the
that
best time.
people, the
Oh
knowledge that
yeah,
people are willing to bless you with is fucking
oh yeah,
crazy. And you don't have to
yeah.
do anything for it. The only thing you have to
It
do
used to
is
be all
show
about the fucking
interest.
graybeards. It used to be about the
Yeah,
graybeards. Now you got the fucking 25-year-olds that know everything. 30
yeah.
year olds that know everything. These
And
guys
the
are
only thing
fucking
they want
smart.
is for you to show actual interest. You know what I mean?
Show
Don't waste
respect for
anybody's
it too.
fucking time.
Yeah, yeah.
And with that, that's a nice positive note to fucking leave off on. We hope to see you at the next fucking Chopper show, or at the CHOPLUCK this weekend. But
Yeah, dude, come to the CHOPLUCK if you're cool. Yeah, I mean, everybody's welcome. Come out, have a good time. I'm giving hugs. I'm not even shaking hands, dude. Everybody's getting a hug. Maybe
I'm
a
shaking
peck on the
dicks.
cheek. Nice to meet you.
But real quick before we end this show, we have to give thanks to the people that make this shit possible. Up first, we have Lowbrow Customs, everything you need for the road ahead. Tyler and his team literally support everything grassroots. And this goes on what we were just talking about. People know who's who, and people know Tyler is fucking about it and respects the community. So people fucking pay that back by shopping at lowbrowcustoms.com, the only website where you can build an entire bike. Next, we got No Luck Paintworks out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Dan is cooking up some of the dopest fucking paint jobs on the East Coast. This kid gets better and better every fucking time he sends me a picture of something that he's painting. It is fucking mind-blowing. Kid is a beast. So if you want to take your project to the next fucking level, or if you're starting a new fucking project this winter, hit up Dan at No Luck Paintworks on Instagram and get on those motherfucking books. Next, we got Deadbeat Customs, the creator of the Deadbeat Retreat, where all lowlifes go to die. Steve has been rocking with us since almost the very motherfucking beginning. He supports everything we do. Even when we get rowdy, he still keeps his name behind it. So we appreciate and respect the fuck out of him. Get over to deadbeatcustoms.com. He's got a little bit of everything for everyone, from luggage for your bike to chopper parts, to dyno parts, FXR parts, bagger parts. He's got fucking everything. He's literally got everything. Use code LOWLIFE at checkout to save some motherfucking money. Next, we got Steel City Blacksmithing. The homie Josh out in Pittsburgh. Fucking twisting everything metal, making the dopest things. He will bring your build to the next level. Easy. He will bring your build to the next level. He does everything. He's got lathes, CNCs. He's got fucking forges. Whatever you need, hit him up. He'll make it happen. And tell him the boys from the Low Life Chopper podcast sent you. Next, we got Stay Strong Co., the creator of the shit hot sauce, the best hot sauce in the entire fucking planet. I'm gonna be eating a whole bunch of that at the CHOPLUCK on Saturday. Listen,
Dude,
I'm torn.
CHOPLUCK.
I think I'm gonna make some the shit hot sauce fucking wings for the CHOPLUCK. So we'll see.
Dude.
It's either that or it's gonna be chili, one of the two. But get over to Stay Strong Co. Grab yourself some the shit hot sauce. If you want to pick it up at the CHOPLUCK, hit him up now, and you don't even have to wait for it to come in the mail. You can pick it up at the CHOPLUCK. Go to Stay Strong Co.
No shipping.
On Instagram or staystrongco.com. Check out all the other shit he's doing and tell him the boys from the Low Life Chopper podcast sent you. Next, we got Rhino Resto.
Inconveniently located in Henniker, New Hampshire. We are the home of the Vapor Honer Boner. Books is filling up fast. I am honing my ass off here. And John Luke's bringing me a motherfucking panhead engine, so if you want something done by spring, drop it off soon, brother. Last but not least, we have Loctite's motherfucking chop shop.
Conveniently located in Epping, New Hampshire, the center of the universe. That's what it says on the sign when you pull up. For anything pinstriping, hit me up at Loctite's Chop Shop on Instagram or Loctite's Chop Shop at lowlifechopperpodcast.com. Whatever you need. If you live local, I can come paint in your garage, or you can send me parts, or we can set something up for springtime. Whatever the fuck you need, hit me up. Loctite Chop Shop on Instagram. And last but not least, we have the motherfucking Low Life Chopper podcast. Go buy some swag.
This show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go buy some fucking swag.
This show. Dude, get the enamel mug. Get the fucking you're gonna be sipping on some whiskey in your enamel mug, your little camp mug. You got your Low Life fucking t-shirt on. You got your Low Life hat on. And if you're coming to the CHOPLUCK, $20 swag bags, baby. No shipping. Come out. If you want a swag bag, while supplies last, they're $20, $5 flat rate. Some dude just hit me up from California. It's probably going to cost $15 to send it out there. I'm doing $5. We're losing money here. But
losing money.
Support us on Patreon. We are, dude, it's like, dude, all the way to the West Coast. But $5 shipping. It's gonna pan out. I just want people to be wearing these shirts anyways. Support the show with either through the Patreon or through buying some fucking cool shit, or just by listening to us, sharing our shit. Share it up. You know, we put up a podcast every Friday. We send out a fucking Instagram. Fucking share the story. Costs nothing. You know, just get the word out there. We want more people listening to this shit.
Yeah, help us out.
And we appreciate you, motherfuckers.
Yes. And with that said, listen, come to the motherfucking CHOPLUCK tomorrow, Saturday, September 9th, 6 to 10 p.m., Epping, New Hampshire. The flyer is on our motherfucking Instagram. And we will see you motherfuckers tomorrow. Beep boop.
Or you're dead to me.
Yikes.